3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Well, hello and welcome to the Dennis and Andy Show. Thank you for joining us today. Today we're going to do a two movie reviews. Red Notice, starring Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, and the ever so lovely Gal Gadot, or Doe, however you say it. How do you say it?
I say Gadot.
I say Gadot. He says Gadot.
Tomato, tomato.
Nose.
Drow.
That's right. And then we're going to review a movie I found on Netflix called The Trip. It is a Swedish film that was so much better than I expected. I couldn't believe it. So we'll tell you about that. Of course, we're going to do new comics. What did the boys get? We got to do that. Oh, crap. I never told you what I got so you could upload it.
No, you did not.
Damn it.
Oh, well. Was it one book? Two books?
It was just two.
Oh.
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
So we'll start with...
Well, let's start with your books then, since we have no pictures.
I mean, that's the thing. We don't have any pictures. I picked up only two books this week. I don't generally get Avengers, but I got Avengers because it's technically number 750, going by their, what numbering do they call it?
That's their legacy.
Their legacy numbering. It's issue 750. I think it's actual issue 50 of the book.
Yeah, it is.
So I picked it up. I'm a sucker for those anniversary type issues, issue 100s, 150s, 200s, 250s, things like that. So I picked it up. It's, it's got some good art by Ed McGuinness and Carlos Pacheco and Javier Garron, who's the normal or regular artist on the book. I got the Ed McGuinness cover, so I picked that up. Who knows? Maybe I'll like it so much, I'll come back next month. You never know. Stranger things have happened. So I got that. And I picked up The Dark Detective Batman number 6 of the 6-issue limited series by art by Andy Kubert. If you're like, dude, give some love to the writer, I would if I remember who wrote it. I honestly don't. I think it's Tom Taylor. I'm not sure. I'm a big fan of Andy's artwork. I really like his page layouts and his storytelling. So that's why I'm getting it. The story is good, so that's a bonus for me. So those are the two books I got.
Yeah. Well, on to Dennis's Little Pile.
Dennis's Little Pile. That's Nick. That's
like Little Pile.
Isn't that your wife's nickname for you, Dennis's Little Pile?
Nope, because it's not a pile. And this is why she doesn't listen to us.
Dennis, the one person that can't make a mountain out of a molehill.
Oh,
it's just a molehill.
Bucks. I'm going to hear this all the way to supper tonight.
I want to get you a shirt that says, "I'm Dennis. This is my little pile."
You will. You probably have it custom made.
Oh, damn. I know what Dennis is getting for Christmas.
Yep. Trial of Magneto.
Number 4. Enough said. It's an X book.
It's an
Have you read it?
I read the first couple.
And?
Meh.
Oh. All right. So it's a meh.
Yeah. Marauders. X book. Probably the best out of the bunch.
Still reading it?
Marauders. Yep.
Still enjoying it?
Yep. Except it's the best out of them. And
that doesn't say much.
I know. They're the X. Well, wait till you see some of the other ones. Oh. New Mutants been okay.
It's still going.
It's still going.
Issue 23.
Yep.
Hey, the one thing I'm glad to say, I know there's been some fill-in issues, but Rice has been the regular artist on it for the bulk of the series. So that's very good. I do like that. So sticking around. And same with Marauders. That artist has been the same too. So
yeah, and it's that. Like I said, that's the best out of the books. The writing's been fun. It's been a good story, pretty consistently.
This could be the name of my porno movie, The Me You Love in the Dark.
Oh,
Because
it probably will be.
We do it with the lights out, and you love me in the dark. Because as soon as the lights go on, it's a horror show.
Well, Scotty Young writes it, so something tells me it is not your love life.
Probably not. Have you read it?
I am. So this is, I know I've got 3 done. I have been really busy with redoing, the man cave, and we've been gone a lot. And but needless to say, this has been, I wasn't sure if I was going to like this one, but it's all about a haunted house and an artist that moves in, and the spirit/ghost introduced himself basically. And she freaks out, but then they start to get to know each other. Is it a good working relationship, or is there something sinister going on? That's what we're waiting to find out. It's been interesting. It's a little light on dialogue, but it's an interesting concept.
Now, this is a number 1. I actually saw this at the store. And the funny thing is, what grabbed my eye about it was they also did a blank variant cover, a sketch cover, which I was like, well, that's different for this type of book. I'll be curious. This is one I'm actually curious to see what you think of, because I like Mark Millar's work. I like Matteo Scalera's artwork.
Yeah.
So I'll be curious for you.
Well, this
to
one,
see if you can sell me on this.
It sold me because this wasn't on my pull list. I wound up grabbing it because this one's about he's the world's best secret agent. So think of James Bond.
Secret agent.
Right,
man.
not 007, but think of secret agent without the singing. And he's got 6 months to live.
Oh.
So it's kind of like moths. What do you do in 6 months? Do you go out? Do you do something heroic? Do you do something bad? So this is an interesting concept. You know you're dying in 6 months.
Well, here's the curious thing, too, is this a 6-issue series, do you know?
It didn't say. It didn't say.
If it is, it would be very cool if every issue was set in a month.
A month apart?
A month apart.
Yeah, and kind of that Moths, the one you can go back and check out some of my flips on it. The Moths one is set apart, not necessarily a month apart, but, there is a time gap between them.
Right. I don't know why you buy this. Well, I know why.
Now you know what I said later on. Wait till you see. And
Have you read
it's
it?
An X book. I read the first one.
And it's just about this new Phoenix chick, right?
Yeah.
She Native American or something?
No, that's the first deaf.
She's deaf?
Yeah, it's that whole thing. I did a review on it.
The Phoenix Force has all that power and it can't make it so she can hear.
Again, it's still better than X-Men Green. I did actually see the X-Men Green, which is not, it's only available digital.
Right, I was going to say, that's not a print book. That's that digital one where that chick was like, oh my God, this 6-pack thing choked the turtle, so I must go kill the shop owner. Or
yes,
the shop
and
employee.
Apparently it doesn't stop with just that one. And I'm like, so you're actually advocating going out and killing anybody that you think that they're just going off the deep end. And the fact that Marvel is greenlighting this stuff,
I know,
tells me that they're just.
Did you just throw a plastic straw away? Death sentence.
Yeah.
Gross. Dune, House of Atreides.
House of Atreides. I was kicking around.
Number 12 already. Holy shit.
But after seeing Dune in the theater, and how good it was, and now that they greenlit part 2,
yep,
I've decided, because they really have a lot story to tell, I decided just to keep going with it. This has been a solid book. I'm a little behind on it, but I have plenty of time before we get the next one, so I'm okay letting this one go. But it's worth picking up.
Right. All right. Maniac in New York. The Bronx is burning. The Maniac is back. It's the same creative team.
Yep.
Now, if I remember right, though, didn't you tell me that the end of this wasn't that satisfying? The end
if you go back and you can see Maniac of New York, I did a final review. It was really a great story right until I didn't like the ending, because it didn't answer any of the questions. Now, I kind of figured they were going to do a sequel, so I was glad. I said, well, that kind of makes sense. But you needed to at least answer one or two of the questions that we all had, and they didn't. To me, it fell flat. Now, I did talk to a couple other people. one of them disagreed with me. One of them was kind of in between us. So apparently, just from that little sampling, we've got a little bit of a range. So I'm hoping this picks up and we get into some more depth within this.
And you haven't read this yet, so you might not know the answer. How long after the events of the first series does this one pick up?
No idea.
Does it say in the description?
I will pull it up and find out.
Because I'm curious, because some time has had to have passed. There's no way it's like the next day.
It says after the tragedy of the Death Train, which is what the entire first story was the focus about.
Right.
It says that the detective and the two girls have lost the trail of the maniac and the support of the city. So, yeah, like I said, it ended really weird how she kind of took the fall for it. And so it looks like there's a small amount of time, but, I don't know. It doesn't say. Could be a month, could be a couple of months.
This time he researches in a Bronx high school. Oh,
and with all the stuff, this could prove interesting with what's been going on in the real news.
Cross to Bear.
Cross to Bear. I enjoyed the first one, so you guys can go back and check out the first review. Very much looking forward to reading this one. This has been a very cool series. So kudos to Aftershock for putting this one out. All dealing with the Order. So dealing Jack the Ripper. So worth checking out. I'll be doing the quick flip on it, and I may wind up doing a full review of 1 and 2, or I may wait till 3 come out and just do all 3.
There you go. It's only 3 issues?
No, but that's when I usually go through the big ones.
Yeah, that's right. Hell Cop, issue 2.
Yeah, first one wasn't bad. Brian Haberlin writes this one, and not bad.
Okay. Oops. Animal Castle.
This definitely wasn't on my pull list. Ablaze put it out. I flipped it open. It kind of has the feeling to me of something like Watership Down. I don't know if you ever remember Watership Down, the cartoon and stuff with the bunny rabbits, and they had the old general and everything. It was an animated cartoon.
It's not like Animal Farm.
It's kind of like Rats of Nim.
Oh. But I don't know why. As soon as I saw this, I just thought Animal Farm for some reason.
But there is a hierarchy in the animals, so this piqued my interest. So I'm giving it a shot. I have no idea if I'm going to love it or hate it.
All right. Be on the lookout for when he does the quick flip and all that stuff. Oh, well, we know Jennifer Blood. Is that by your boy, that cover?
You betcha.
Perillo cover.
Mr. Perillo.
Do you even read this?
Great cover. I wound up actually going through. Yeah, this is a couple of these books that he's on the cover on I would have never even bought. But now that I've owned it, where it's not just a cover here or there, is a number in a row, I'm actually doing them, and they're solid. So Dynamite's got a good thing there. They may be flipping me over, particularly if as I'm dropping all my Marvel books, Dynamite may be picking me up.
Nice.
Same issue.
Same cover artist, so that's why.
Yeah, I do love it. I even love the sword that she's carrying and everything. That's just a great cover.
She's the detective.
Mm-hmm.
She's a private dick.
She is.
Search for Hugh.
Yep, I may wind up doing the full review on 1 through 3 of this one. I enjoyed the first one a lot, and so I'm definitely wanting to pick this one up through 3. So be on the lookout. So,
all right. Campasy.
This one's on the
It's on the bubble.
It's on the bubble.
Why?
The story's not bad. I'm not overly thrilled with the artwork. In my mind, just because it's not that it's horrible art or anything, but when you're dealing with dragons, anybody who loves to read stories of dragons, you want to see a great looking, majestic dragon and stuff in there. And it just doesn't come across. It's fine, but it's not great in terms of it. So if I'm going to keep it, it's going to be on the power of the story.
I've been called a majestic dragon every now and then in my day.
Oh, and then you woke up.
Oh, that's hurtful.
It is.
Hotel.
Well, that is
hell.
what it reminded me of. Speaking of Motel Hell.
Oh, it's number one.
Yeah, it is. It's number one. Now, there's a
one.
classic movie, Motel Hell, that's
Yep.
out there. And this kind of just gave me every vibe about that, dealing with some of the demons. So I picked it up because I'm just going to give it a shot. I hope it is kind of cool. So I'm crossing my fingers. I want this one to be a good book.
No, all right. And that is it for the comics of the week. What up, Adams? Thank you for joining. Hello to you.
Mr. Adams.
So we talked about it. We're going to review it. Red Notice. Netflix original movie Red Notice. By the way, I don't know if you heard this, Dennis. This is apparently their highest watched, because you can't really say grossing.
Right.
It's their
Viewed.
highest viewership rated movie, original movie that they've put out. I mean, look at the lineup. You got Ryan Reynolds, you got Dwayne Johnson and Gal Gadot. Yeah, I mean, I heard about this movie right like in the beard, Dennis. Oh.
Well, that's one of the questions we're going to ask at the end, because No Shave November is over, and it did not grow in nearly as well as I had hoped. So the question is, I'll ask at the end, do I keep growing it, or do I go and shave again, or do I stay Mirror Universe Dennis? That'll be the question.
There you go. So, yeah, this movie is top of the charts for Netflix, highest rated, highest viewership. They started filming this actually when COVID hit, and then they had to postpone filming for like 6 months. So I knew about this, year and a half ago, and was really excited for it. Some of my favorite actors in it. Yeah,
I had gotten this confused because they also put out SAS Red Notice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that was
on Netflix.
Yeah, because you had watched that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ruby Rose.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, it's confusing. So it's a very similar title, but I was like, we were like, Red Notice is finally coming out, and then it came out like, oh, it's SAS Red Notice. So it's totally different movie. So it wasn't this one. So we got a chance to watch this one. This cast was fantastic. Ryan Reynolds plays Ryan Reynolds.
And you know what? Dwayne Johnson plays Dwayne Johnson. Gal Gadot is the only one that, because I've seen her in so many things, obviously the 2 Wonder Woman movies, Fast and Furious. I've seen her in other movies. The titles are escaping me. But my point is, she definitely has that go-to, I guess you could say, character.
Yes.
But not to the extent of going, and Gal Gadot played Gal Gadot. You know what I mean? Does that make sense for her in this movie?
It does. It does. So she has acting chops. So she's got a bigger breath.
What are you trying to say about my man Ryan Reynolds?
Oh no, don't get me wrong. Big Ryan Reynolds fan. So I'm not saying anything bad about him. But he plays Ryan Reynolds in everything. Doesn't matter if it's Deadpool, Free Guy. I mean, they're all fantastic, but they're him. But that's what we go to see. We want to see him play those type of characters. We got Straight Man. We've got, your big muscular dude. And then Gal. And then she's got, she puts on some Wonder Woman moves in this. She actually grabs the spear and does some fighting. And you're like, oh, just like Wonder Woman. So, you can tell she actually can do this stuff in real life. It wasn't just for the Wonder Woman movie. So they utilized it. The story is fun. This is basically a 1990s it's all about thievery, and it's about gotchas. So everybody's going to turn around and get you, and screw the other guy. And it was just a throwback, fun movie. The chemistry between these three, I thought, were absolutely fantastic.
Adam says, not sure you call any of these people actors, but I like them all enough. Haven't watched this yet, though. Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying. I would give it a watch for sure. Michael, hello. DNA time. Perfect for the drive home. Go Giants.
Go. We rooted for the Giants.
We did. I rooted for the Giants. It hurt, but I did.
He got sent to the emergency room, thought it was appendicitis, and realized, no, the pain is rooting for the Giants.
Was me having to root for the Giants. So the plot of Red Notice is basically Ryan Reynolds is he likes to think of himself as the number one in the world art thief. Gal Gadot thinks she's the number one art thief in the world. The Rock is a FBI profiler, and which is funny, and they do make even a little joke about that when he first gets introduced in the movie, because I mean, look at The Rock. You really think a profiler looks like that? Hold on, Michael's chiming in with "Go Giants, go where?"
Oh, well, I think he means go down to Dallas, where they're going to win.
Oh, that's not going to happen. So anyhow, so there's 3 eggs from the time of Cleopatra. One of them has already been found. Ryan Reynolds is trying to steal the second one. And then, of course, there's a whole big reason to get the third one. So it's a chase movie with The Rock chasing Ryan Reynolds. And then Ryan Reynolds and The Rock. And this is all stuff you see in the trailer. We're not going to get into spoilers. But Ryan Reynolds and The Rock. I say The Rock. I know he just is Dwayne Johnson now.
He'll always be
The Rock. They team up to go after Gal Gadot. There are some nice twists and turns in the movie. But it's your typical 2-hour action flick popcorn movie. You know, if this was in the theater, you would definitely go in. Even on Netflix, you know, if there's a way where you can turn your brain off, do it, because if you think about it too much, you'll start seeing plot holes pop up everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those things upon viewing it, I guess I have this unique talent, because I know some people will go to a movie and their brain's just on, and as soon as the movie's over, they're like, oh, there's this, and then this plot hole. Whereas this movie was over, and I was like, that was fun. It was entertaining, and it was fun. But then, you know, as time went on, and I thought about it more, I started thinking about the plot holes.
Yeah, and they're numerous, and
Okay.
and there's definitely a few, you know, where you have the person behind the camera that looks for, oh, you know, this is a missed scene, or you know, we screwed up, and you know, the little errors. There were some definite errors in here, but again, it was just a fun movie that was enjoyable. The plot twists, there are a few of them in there. Some of them you see coming a mile away, and other ones you went, oh, that's actually pretty cool. It's a continuous a story. The action is good. The dialogue is fun. The interaction, the 3 of them have good chemistry.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The chemistry is fantastic.
Yes. Yes.
This is a pivotal scene in the movie. We'll just leave it at that. It's good. You know, just
the backgrounds, the sceneries for where they have this. You know, it was great. You know, they're in the Louvre, or unless you're over there, it's the Louvre.
the Louvre.
Right.
You know what I did see? I thought was interesting. Is Ryan Reynolds taller than Dwayne Johnson? Because there were many scenes in this movie where I'm like, it looks like he's taller than Dwayne Johnson. And I could not picture. So he's 6'2". Yeah, Dwayne Johnson's taller than that.
We're gonna find out,
like
because
6'4",
you know, I hadn't thought of
6'5", I think.
I thought it was just the shoes that they're wearing, but let us find out, since we've got the question. He is 6'5".
6'5", yeah, so he's 3 inches taller, but there were scenes in this where he did not. So I'm thinking maybe they boosted Ryan up some.
Or is it just the camera angle? I don't know.
And I'm not talking
My
about.
God, that means they're both taller than us.
Yeah,
Oh, Gal's probably taller than you.
I don't think so. Why don't you check that out? And not this scene specifically. There's a couple scenes where they're literally face to face, cameras right on the side.
She's 5'10".
She's my height. Perfect. Sounds like a typical good time Ryan Reynolds flick. It is, man. Definitely watch it. Grab it. You know what? Do like I did. Get a beer. We said there are certain movies. It's funny. You know, it's just my wife and I and our daughter. You know, Courtney's 18. And there's not a lot of time where we watch stuff together because we all have such different interests. But certain movies like this, we definitely do a movie night, and you grab a beer, get some popcorn, kick back, relax, turn the sound up.
Yep. My wife and I watched it. She loved it, but then again, she likes all three of them as well. This was a solid movie, and it was fun, and that's why people are watching it on Netflix. Go Netflix. You put out something that wasn't just full of garbage.
As Dennis told me, him and his wife watched it, had eye candy for both. For Susie, she got to look at Dwayne Johnson. And for Dennis, he got to ogle Ryan Reynolds. So it was a win-win for both of them.
Yeah. So we got to give it the CGC
Let's give it
grade.
the CGC grade. We'll go back to the other one as we grade it. CGC grade on this, you know, I am going to go. I don't know if this sounds bad or not, but I'll just 7.5.
I'm close. I'm an 8.0.
Okay.
It was definitely worth a watch. It was fun. Don't go into it with a critical eye. Just sit down and enjoy the movie, and I think you'll enjoy the hell out of it. My issue is what you talked about is I tend to go back and I see these things, and there's certain things that bother me in a movie, so I kind of downgraded it for it. A lot of people that I talk to, they didn't see those things and they don't care, and that's perfectly fine. I'm giving it an 8.0. It's definitely worth a watch. It was fun. I would watch it again. That's kind of the thing right there.
See,
I would have no problem sitting down and watching it a second time.
It's really hard for me to watch a movie more than once because there's so much content. Like if I can open up, say, Netflix, we'll just put it this way. For me to watch something more than once, my Netflix list has to basically be nothing. My Hulu list has to be nothing. My Amazon Prime list has to be nothing.
See, yeah.
Because that's just it. Because when I want to watch something, I look for the new stuff I haven't seen because I'm like, well, I've got 2 hours. I'm never going to get back. I don't know.
See, and I have no problem. I went to see Dune twice in a row in an IMAX because I have no problem. It was literally 2 nights in a row. And I had no problem doing that. Actually saw it a third time. So, again, I have no problem if it's solid. This one, to me, it would be worth watching again. So, all good.
All right. Next movie up is a little known gem on Netflix called The Trip. It's Swedish. Can you even pronounce that with a Swedish accent?
Nope. I'm not even going to try.
Wow.
I'm Norwegian, and I can't even say honestly the Norwegian ones.
Michael says, to be honest, guys, has there ever been a not likable Ryan Reynolds movie? Not at all.
No. Well, Green Lantern.
Ah, you bastard.
Yeah, Green Lantern.
Green Lantern is still a great Ryan Reynolds movie.
First half of Green Lantern, I would agree with you. Second half of Green Lantern's probably the worst just about movie I've seen since Catwoman.
You're so hurtful. So this is called The Trip. It's a Swedish movie. It's on Netflix. It is new. It is dubbed, voiceover for English. But I tell you, man, they are so good at it now that if I didn't know that going into it, I wouldn't have even been like, oh, what's this dub crap? They're not lining up. I mean, you couldn't even
Andy called me up and he goes, dude, have you seen this yet? And it called The Trip. And I'm like, well, I've seen The Trip. He goes, well, it's this one. And I was like, I never heard of that one. So it was a new one. And I was like, nope. He goes, it's Swedish. Oh. He goes, dude, you need to watch it. Let me know what you think. So I talked to my wife and I said, let's sit down and watch this. She goes, really? The Trip? I said, yeah, it's a married couple. They've got some marital issues. Apparently, some things happen. Let's sit down and watch it. Well, we're no more into this movie in 5 minutes, and you can earn. I'm like, I can see they're going on this trip. Oh, lots of comments are being dropped here, and I looked at Susie and I went, yeah, they're dropping plot lines right here. Something's going to happen, and she goes, oh, This wound up being actually quite an interesting film.
It was interesting. The plot of the movie, this is the married couple we're looking at right here. The husband is a director, TV commercials, soap opera is what he's directing when the movie opens. His wife, she's not a washed up actress, but she's an actress. She's trying. So they go on this trip to a cabin that the husband's dad owns. And they both are plotting to kill each other at the cabin, unbeknownst, obviously, to the other one. So the husband's like, yeah, let's go to the cabin for the weekend. And he's plotting to kill her.
Did you know that she's going for a walk all by herself in the mountains? It's really dangerous.
Yes.
And he's leaving these breadcrumbs to everybody he's talking, his friends, his dad. So obviously laying down the alibi.
Right.
And she apparently did the exact same thing.
And they do
hunting.
They do little flashback stuff, which is cool, intercutting to, like, you know, the conversation the husband was having with his dad. Then they cut to, you know, present time, and then they'll cut to her conversation with a friend about, oh, well, we're going to go hunting. And oopsie, I'm not good with a gun and had a hunting accident and stuff. And, you know, that's not a big giveaway. But something happens at the cabin. There's these escaped inmates.
Next picture.
That are holed up in the cabin. Oops. These hombres right here. Let's zoom in a little more. These escaped inmates right here holed up in the cabin, unbeknownst to the married couple. But when everything comes together, when all the parties meet, shit goes awry.
Literally falls from the
Literally,
ceiling.
shit goes awry. Yeah. We've got, of course, the typical big burly serial killer guy. We've got the blonde here is your typical Aryan Nazi guy. He's got a nice Nazi tattoo. Naked HD, one line steps without clothes. Hello. Hello. Thank you for joining. Might want to hit this. And let's see. And that. Oh. So, and in the middle, we've got the inmate that is gay. And I don't know what he was in for, to be honest with you. I'm not exactly sure what he's in for. So, oh, don't you worry, Adams. We took care of it.
I know, usually Hyper Kaiju, but he can't be with us tonight.
He's not here right now. So, yeah, that's what you do. When somebody spams like that, click it. And
yep,
you are in timeout. Not you, Adams. So, anyhow, so these are the three escapees. I tell you, my favorite one has got to be this Nazi guy, because he's just a dumbass. He's like, he's just stupid.
These guys are very stereotypical.
Very stereotypical.
And I mean, when you think of it, they line them up. They put all the pieces into place. It's fantastic. Needless to say, the bad guys now have the couple who were trying to kill each other, and she basically bribes them to keep them alive, and they're trying to plot their escape. And it's fantastic. And what they do is they do a really cool device where you see everything that's going on, and then something unexpected happens, and then it goes 3 hours earlier. And then you go back to the scene and see how it came up.
Right.
It's a really good plot device. They utilize it multiple times in the movie, and they do it in a very, very refreshing, fun way.
Well, you know, and speaking of Red Notice that had the plot holes and stuff, this movie didn't really have big plot holes.
No.
Any.
Everything was kind of believable, and that's
right.
When you were looking.
Everything was believable, and it's I don't want to say it's a thinking movie, because it's really not. It's you know, grab some popcorn, grab a beer, but you do want to pay attention to subtleties and clues, like Dennis was saying, that were dropped earlier on. I mean, the husband is not your he's not a soy boy, but he's definitely not, you know, the hero type.
He's not the rough and tumble.
He's not the rough and
Grizzly
tumble.
Adams.
Yeah, he's not the rough and tumble Grizzly Adams for sure. But he's not a soy boy.
He's more like, here's a Chardonnay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I will say this: in this relationship, the wife, I get the feeling, wears the pants in the family.
Yes.
You know,
when she says, even at the beginning when you're first introduced, she says something. Oh, why'd you park this way? Why'd you do this?
Right.
And it's more of the nagging. So, I mean,
Right.
they develop this nagging right away, so it's totally believable. Like if you get in a fight with your wife and stuff and you can hear that voice, she nails it, you know. And as soon as she came up, I'm like, oh, the girl from the Dragon Tattoo movies. And I'm like, she's in all the good Swedish ones.
Oh, yeah, she was great. The female, I mean, all the actors were really good. And the thing I liked about it being a foreign film is I don't recognize any of the actors. So that just helped the believability. I've said this before. If I go see a Tom Cruise movie, even Ryan Reynolds, like Red Notice, Ryan Reynolds, Dwayne Johnson, Gal Gadot, I'm so familiar with them. It's hard for me to really get invested in those characters because I know Dwayne Johnson's personality. I know Ryan's personality. Same with Tom Cruise. This movie, every actor in it was brand new to me being a foreign film. So, it really seemed like you were watching all this happen as a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
You really believe these characters because you have no idea in real life. One, you don't know how they sound because it was dubbed, and once again, dubbed really well. And you just don't know anything about their actual real life personalities because I've never seen interviews and stuff with any of these people. So.
It really was so we had watched the original Swedish version of the girl because it's with the dragon tattoos. She was great in that. I mean, she's a little older now. She's fantastic in this. The dubbing was great, and usually it can be a detractor from these. But, and a lot of times you're like, wow, just like Squid Games, you can tell they were really dubbed in some parts. This wasn't bad. That the people that dubbed it were believable, and they matched close enough with their mouths. So even if you're paying attention, it isn't that bad. But realistically, as long as you don't hate dub movies and you can get past it, you will really enjoy the hell out of this. It has action. It has some comedic
it has
stuff.
humor. It's a drama. It's got good humor. Like Dennis said, action. The makeup and special effects were great. It is a violent movie.
Yes, this is nothing to watch with your kids.
Yeah, they don't shy away from the violence.
The lawnmowers.
There's a lawnmower scene, some shotgun stuff. Yeah, they don't shy away from it. And as you can see here, the makeup effects were really good. She really looks like
and you can tell it's getting towards as the movie progresses, they get beat up more and more and more, and it shows. All in all, a good movie. CGC rating.
Ooh, CGC rating on this one. I'm going to give it I'm actually giving this one a 8.5.
As am I, an 8.5.
Yeah,
this was a solid movie, better than I was expecting. My wife loved it too. We actually said, wow, this was a really good film. Like I said, I'm not big into dubbed ones, but this was definitely worth it.
Yeah, it was good. It's definitely worth a watch. If you're going to choose Red Notice or The Trip, and you're like me and you don't like wasting your time, if you're going to choose one or the other, I would say watch The Trip. I think it's more entertaining. It's more original. It's fresh. I would definitely say watch The Trip. What do you think about that?
The Trip is a drama. So if you're in the mood for a drama, it would be on it. The other one is far more comedic. So if you're in the mood for a laugh, watch that. They're both great in their own right. But yeah, either one's a good watch in my mind. So when you guys, after you watch it, come back and pop a comment down or, email us. Let us know what you guys think. We'd love to hear it.
That's right. And
we are trying something new. We're going to post. Andy and I did a video today. We did Power Records. We got the book and a record, the comic book and a record. And we did a video, and it's going to premiere tomorrow morning. So you guys join in and check that out, and let you know. We're trying something a little bit different.
Yep. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. or 10 a.m.
10
a.m. tomorrow morning, video drops. So check that out.
Eastern time. And then the big question, this No Shave November's over. Mirror Universe Dennis.
Should it go?
Should I shave this or should I let it go?
I see. She's back.
Oh.
Let's hold on. Hide user. Do that.
Oh my.
This. I thought there was one for blocking, but we'll just do
Hide
that.
it.
So, yeah. So should it stay or should it go? Should Dennis shave off the dirt around his mouth or should he keep it?
Yeah, my wife goes, I do have gray in it, so she goes, it's definitely getting worse the older that I get. But I don't know. It did not grow in nearly as well as it has in the past, but I've been clean shaven for quite a while. So I don't know. Shave it or stay Mirror Universe Dennis.
Michael says, keep Bizarro World Dennis.
Oh.
You know, Dennis, I know you've told me before, you like the little amount of gay you have in your facial hair.
Oh. Looks like Adam says keep it. See what it becomes when it grows up. That's right. Maybe this will be. Maybe I'll be like Grizzly Adams.
There you go. And guys, if you're looking for something else that's awesome, well, you should check out First Man Volume 2. Link in the description below. Forgot to pin it to the top of our chat, but there's a link in the description below. Please go back. First Man Volume 2. I'm working on it daily. And if you want, you can also get the Black Book, Art of Andy Smith, 112-page hardcover featuring 30 years of my art, kind of like a career retrospective. So please go back that. You can also get the snazzy First Man t-shirt, First Man in full color, coming at you with the ever lovely, vivacious penumbra on the back.
If you missed the beginning of the show, we did the new comic books this week. I'll be putting out quick flips over the next couple of days, and we're trying some new snazzy stuff.
Oh, see, look at that. Adams knows women like a little bit of gray in the beard. Yes,
Good.
They do.
Good. My wife says it's very itchy.
Oh, well, too bad. Tell her to shave her mustache because you know how it feels.
I know. I sometimes feel hers grows in quicker than mine.
Right? You know. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. We will be back next week. Tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. for the Power Records video. And until next time, guys, hang tight, hang loose.
Live long and prosper.
Catch you guys later. Bye, everybody.